Koby is... Alright, chill. Koby is... Yo! Listen. Koby is not a fraud. What's up guys, Restless Gambler here. And in today's video, Koby has officially erased his full name. He's done it. And I'm not gonna be one of those guys who cope because there's nothing to cope about. But let's talk about it. Like always, make sure to like, subscribe, and watch it till the end. Alright, so first off, let me say this. I better not see me getting cooked too much, cause if you enter my last video and read my pinned comment, you'd understand. In my video, I started it off with how Koby is portrayed, and through it, I showed that Koby is supposed to be this insanely strong guy, able to fight with the likes of Luffy. Even later in the video, I say it again because it's what Oda is trying to convey to us. And so, I made that video because over 1,000 chapters later, he still hasn't fit that role. But now, even though it still isn't true, he's still way more impressive than he was before. I mean, the guy has officially pulled out a Gear 3 Luffy level attack. Stop sleeping on Brody. But all jokes aside, man, let's just talk about Koby, the different agendas stemming from this, and how what I said in that video was literally justified. But again, I'ma say this. I'm not coping. I deserve some of the cooking because I made such a funny video on him. But let's go into that first. Koby, as I said last time, is supposed to be the Marine Luffy. It is to no one's surprise that this is the case because as soon as Luffy starts his pirate journey, Koby starts his Marine journey. But for the majority of the story, even though he has such portrayal, he never once lived up to it. I mean, let's just go over the many times this portrayal was shown to us. In chapter 2, after Luffy tells Koby about his supreme ambition, becoming the Pirate King, Koby is in denial on how he'd be able to ever do that. But Luffy punches him and tells him something that would change his thought process forever. He's not afraid to die. As long as he dies trying to become the Pirate King, he'd be fulfilled. And Koby never thought of it like that. So he tells his ambition to join the Navy. Then he says something that foreshadowed his final role in the series, but it's very brief. As he explains why he wants to be a Marine, he says, "We'll end up becoming enemies, but I want to join the Navy and fight the bad guys." A very bold statement that really solidified Koby as Luffy's literal longest enemy. And so the very subtle rivalry starts. Skip about 5 chapters and Luffy himself says that they'll be going their separate ways. Later in the chapter, they literally start fighting, and Koby uses that to finally start his journey. Koby joins the Marines and goes on to fight alongside his comrades, and Luffy leaves the island as a pirate, fighting along his comrades. And so, even as early as this, it was just so clear how these two are connected by fate. I mean, is it a coincidence that Koby literally gets trained by Garp, Luffy's grandpa, a couple dozen chapters later? Koby is the Marine version of Luffy. Of course my boy Garp is gonna take him in. And so we continue on. The next time this portrayal is shown to us is in chapter 433, after Koby gets dropped in one page by Luffy. He says that he wants to meet up with Luffy again when he enters the New World, then lays out his much greater ambition. He wants to become a Navy Admiral. Now, at first, he's embarrassed, but Luffy's response was something to take note of. "You're gonna fight me, right? Then you should keep that attitude." Koby has just been once again confirmed to be someone Luffy will fight once he completes his dream and acquires the wealth, power, and fame that comes with becoming the Pirate King. But it doesn't end there, because even later we get a foreshadowing of Koby and Luffy's eventual clash. And that was during Marineford. Luffy, who's one-shotting everyone in his way, is still running, but Koby gets in the way. As Luffy runs at him, Koby thinks to himself that he needs to fight Luffy, that Luffy is on his turf, and if he doesn't fight, he'll never change. Even though he does get one shot, we still see what Koby is about. He's willing to fight and kill Luffy, but he just doesn't have the strength to back it up. And so this has been the case for over 1,000 chapters now. It still holds up, but Koby still has more to do. But my comments on the last video really didn't understand the point of it. Of course Koby is supposed to live up to my expectations, because Koby is meant to be him. And this chapter has officially confirmed it. Koby is a growth monster. Koby has the greatest growth rate in all of One Piece, and this isn't an understatement. Koby, in the span of a month give or take, went from his little bitch form to someone with the 6 powers. In 2 years, he became someone who could use Haki proficiently, and now he's someone who's acquired the pinnacle of Haki. So, is what I said in the last video really wrong? Or were you just disagreeing with me because you didn't want to listen? Speaking of disagreeing, I think Oda watched my video because there's no way. Last video, Koby's name was Fraud DDD Koby because of the 8 showings of him being a fraud. In this one chapter, Oda deleted 1.5 letters from his name. Let's go over it. Now, for the full letter, it was the Koby being captured thing. I was sold on the joke that Koby got captured on a mission to capture someone. This still holds true, but I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt as he was sacrificing himself, and that's definitely something I respect. Before that half letter, it was the final D in DDD that was earned from Garp not showing Koby his battleship bag. Oda hated me for pointing this out, so he made Koby secretly punch the battleship bag. Now, it doesn't completely erase what I said because, of course, Garp still hadn't told him about it. But Koby's resolve and hard work is something that can earn him half a point reduction from his full name. But let's go into the different agendas I've seen spawn like wildfire from this chapter. First off, of course, like the pacifista some people are, the Sanji comparison started 2 minutes after the spoilers dropped. But it didn't end there. Koby was being put up against Yamato, Zoro, Green Bull, and even Boa once more. What the hell? Guys, can we chill the f out? We giving Koby his props. He did his thing. But the comparisons are crazy. Now, I know this gonna sound like cope to y'all, but hell nah. This man is not touching Sanji, Yamato, Zoro, or any admiral. Y'all gotta chill out. What Koby did is something that Zoro could have easily replicated back in Dressrosa. Let alone now, 3 islands later with advanced Conqueror's Haki. Even more, this might not even be Conqueror's coding, but don't quote me on this. I'll just state my opinions on the matter. What basically happened was that Koby jumped into the air in front of Pizarro's hand, cocks his fist back, and punches it. Now, the thing I want to focus on is the kanji that always accompanies an incoming Conqueror's coding attack. Let me show you guys the numerous occasions of this. Starting off with Yamato's incoming Conqueror's coded Bagua. It's accompanied with this kanji. Now, I don't know what this kanji means, but it's consistent. Because we move on to Luffy about to punch Kaido, and it's the same kanji. Zoro about to slash King, same kanji. Roger and Whitebeard about to clash with Conqueror's coding, and it's the same kanji. And guys, this isn't a cope, but literally in the same chapter, guys, the same chapter, Garp goes for his Conqueror's coded attack, the lightning is thicker, and the kanji accompanies it. Now, in Koby's case, his lightning is unbelievably thin, and there was 0 kanji coming from it. Again, don't quote me on this, but I might have to just give it to Rio for this. That is, unless we get it confirmed. The reason I brought up the lightning being so thin is because, by my understanding of it, you can't just train your Conqueror's Haki to be thicker. It's a reflection of your willpower. And in that moment, Koby's willpower literally peaked. He released all his doubts and went in for the punch because everybody relied on him. But regardless, Koby is finally moving up to fulfill his role. Even though he's not quite there yet, of course, he's still progressing to the point of admirals and fighting the Pirate King. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hey, again, I better not get cooked too much. I ain't do nothing wrong. Anyways, if you enjoyed this, consider leaving a like and subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.